Save the Tomb Kings of Nehekara. No race in the old world cares more for their dead than the Dwarfs. Runes of protection and retribution are carved upon their graves to prevent anyone from disturbing the departed, and those who do are sure to draw the ire of the Dawi. Complex rituals of burial have been designed to guide a fallen dwarf spirit to the spirit world, and then to the Hall of Ancestors beyond. This reverence for the dead is a natural extension of dwarvish respect for age and tradition. After all, if a dwarf continues to get wiser as they age, why would death put a stop to that? This mentality is the bedrock of dwarvish society. As important as it is, one would expect ancestor worship to have come from one of the major ancestor gods. Maybe from Grungni, chief amongst the pantheon, or perhaps Valea, his wife. Instead, these traditions were passed down by a minor ancestor god, Gazul, the youngest brother of Grungni and Grimnir. Known as the Protector of the Dead, Gazul was the last member of the first generation of ancestor gods. This group, consisting of Grungni, Valea, Grimnir, and Gazul, were crucial in shaping dwarvish culture for millennia to come. Their progeny would refine what it meant to be a dwarf, but these four laid the groundwork. Grungni taught the Dawi the secrets of metalworking, Valea taught them how to care for hearth and home, and Grimnir taught them how to defend themselves. Gazul, as previously mentioned, taught the dwarfs to respect their elders and the dead. Despite his cultural impact, however, Gazul is often venerated alongside his nephews from the second generation of ancestor gods. While still respected, he doesn't hold the central place in dwarvish culture that his brothers and sister-in-law do. It seems that even as obsessed with their ancestors as they are, most living dwarfs would prefer to dwell on their creations, homes, and grudges instead of what comes next. Gazul is often described as grim, with sad eyes, black armor, and a black cloak. He bears the great rune sword Zarvengrin, also known as the Flaming Death in Kazalid. His holy symbols are a stylized cave entrance, representing the path to the Hall of Ancestors, a flame, and Gazul's rune. There are no festivals dedicated to the Protector of the Dead, and while his temples are found in every hold, they are located in the holds deep of Gazul, rather than alongside those of his family in the Deep of Renown. Gazul's shrines are somber places, standing alongside burial vaults and preparatory chambers where the dead can be made ready for their eternal rest. Within, one can find a small altar where those honoring the deceased can also pay their respects to Gazul. Entrances to these shrines and burial vaults are guarded by large, ogre-sized statues of Gazul. Their secluded nature does not mean shrines of Gazul are small, however. As dwarfs are frequently beset by tragedy, there is always need for the Protector of the Dead. Indeed, befitting its status as the Everpeak, Karak has the largest temple of Gazul in the entirety of the Karazhan core. Unlike his brothers, Gazul didn't have any physical descendants, preferring to instead spend his time deep in thought and dwelling on the mortality of his kin. His dreary obsession had a number of positive, lasting impacts upon the Dawi, however. He created the Hall of Ancestors so dwarf spirits would have a place to go when their bodies died, as well as the ritual of passage required to reach it, Dura Genritak. He also uncovered signature runes for the ancestor gods, which gave them power over specific elements. Then, after the rest of the gods went to the Hall of Ancestors, Gazul personally established priesthoods to every ancestor god, himself included. Taking talented, but not too talented, individuals from the Runesmith clan, Gazul made them priests and charged them with keeping the dwarfs true to tradition. That way the dwarfs could keep the teachings of the ancestor gods alive and well, ready to draw upon when needed to confront the troubles that were doubtless to come. After ensuring the priesthoods were established, Gazul left the world of mortals as well and took his place in the Hall of Ancestors. Priests of Gazul are tasked with tending to the dying and burying the dead. Large settlements often have a priest permanently stationed there to take care of these tasks, but smaller settlements depend upon traveling clerics of Gazul to attend to these matters. They also ensure dwarfs are staying true to Gazul's strictures. Chief amongst them are matters concerning proper respect for the deceased. Followers of Gazul are supposed to honor the dead, protect their spirits and reputations, and respect the dignity of the ancestors. Disturbing graves of any kind is strictly taboo, and any who do, be they tomb robbers, ghouls, necromancers, or worse, are to be quickly dealt with. There's even a minor offshoot of the cult, the Order of the Guardians, which specializes in hunting down and eliminating the restless dead. To aid them in this, priests of Gazul have the ability to forge minor runes. These are mostly concerned with detecting disturbances, restoring the weary, or protecting graves. Otherwise, the priest must rely upon their own strength at arms to protect the dead, and, if needed, return them to their tombs. With that, we've come to the end of our overview of Gazul, protector of the dead in the Dwarf Pantheon. As near as I can tell, there's no reference to him in Total War Warhammer 3. I'm more than happy to be proven wrong, but I couldn't find anything in the tech tree, the forge, or landmarks, and I've got a Dwarf campaign where I've conquered most of the map to look for them. If there is a reference there, it is well hidden. This seems to be about par for the course with Gazul, unfortunately, as he tends to be overshadowed by the other Ancestor gods. Honestly though, I'm fine with it. Gazul does a great job filling in the background lore of the Warhammer world, explaining why dwarfs are so hung up on age and their ancestors. That doesn't necessarily need to make its way into the fighting part of the game, even if a unit of vampire-hunting dwarfs would be pretty cool. That's all I have for today though. As always, thank you to my wonderful patrons over on Patreon, Emmy, Golden Gander, and Unknown. Thank you for bearing with me as the work-life balance takes a hit. Your support is deeply appreciated. Until next time, this has been Sigmar's Chosen, signing off for now.